Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is The Rant. And today, it's all about the songwriting. Let's talk about it. It is something that I've needed to get off my chest for a long time. So we're going to do it. You may not like it, but I'm saying it. Hello and welcome back to The Rant. My name is Jade, and this, of course, is The Rant, where I get to rant and go nuts. I hope you're doing okay. It's Monday morning here in Australia, start of a brand new week. Got some really cool apps coming out this week, especially one of them called Visual Synthesizer 2, which, trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. It is an absolutely incredible app. Really, really cool stuff. Anyway, that's besides the point. We're not talking about apps today. In fact, I'm probably going to shit all over apps today. So if you're an app developer, you probably want to turn off because that's just the way it is. We'll say hellos quickly, and then we'll get down to this business. Boomer Bass Meme, straight off the bat, has given away 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much, Boomer, for doing so. That is very kind of you. You're lucky today we're not talking about Apple, hey? We're just talking about songwriting in general. And hopefully some of what I have to say will resonate with people because, listen, I am not an expert. Thomas Christ, hello to you. Dave Bops, hello. Joe Glenn, Jenny Jolivet, Denise Lance, hello, hello, hello. Hello, Sailor. What's going on? Boomer Bass Meme, Russ8889, g'day. G'day, you get 3 g'days. The Zoom cracks you up every time. Does it? It does Laurie too. She loves it. Alexander, Dean Francis, welcome to you. Lewis Cook, howdy do. Paws and Guitars, all the usual folks are here, so I'm glad to see you're all here. Alrighty. It's going to sting. I don't care. I really don't care anymore. I've changed. I haven't changed. I've always felt this way. Listen, let's go back in time for a little. Let's talk about songwriting, right? Because that's what this is about, songs. Not about DAWs, digital workstations, not about compressors and not about fucking reverbs, not about how to do this and how to do that and how to fucking do that. And everyone's telling you the right way to do things. It's just about songs, right? Because I see, and I watch a lot. I am everywhere. I'm eagle eyes, not only this community, but outside this community, obviously, because I do a show called Unearthed where I seek music from all around the world and try and see what trends are, and I spend a lot of time on this bloody show each week, and I'm starting to see the similar patterns to what I used to see when I was really heavily involved in the music industry. And yes, if you don't know, I have been involved in the music industry very heavily throughout my entire life. I'm not just some schmuck sitting here on YouTube ranting and raving and carrying on. All right, that's up to you to go and find out about it, though. Songwriting, man. Back in the day, all right, before we had all this digital download shit, this nonsense where fucking the quality of a song is delegated to a number, a fucking numeral that designates how good it is. Oh, it's had 1 million listens. It means shit. These days, I mean, we focus so much on these numbers, right? But it's had this many listens. It doesn't fucking matter. None of that fucking matters. It's just absolute nonsense. It totally is. You can fudge the numbers. Numbers for streams and listens and all that shit, they are counted on fucking like 7 seconds of listening to the song. And if you're not aware of that and you're kind of judging your taste and going out there and finding artists and going, but they've had like 2.5 million listens, then you're doing a disservice to yourself, right? Because just because there's a number, right, it's not always accurate. Especially if you've done any work on YouTube, you will know this. You do a live stream, at the end of the stream, it says 120 people saw that stream. And you're like, what? What? There was clearly 30 people there. So where were the rest of them? Where were the rest? It's just It's fucking bullshit. Numbers are bullshit, and they're so easy to be fudged. So, albums, musicians, bands, in the day when we weren't like calculating the quality of a fucking song with numbers, it was all based on numbers in a different way, of bums on seats, of people turning up, on actual projected sales, on fucking money that was like transactions, right? And before, like that was based the popularity of a song. And even before we got to that point, it took a long time to write an album. I can give you so many examples of this, so many examples. Now, if you are, and a lot of people are, my age or around about the age of myself, albums from major bands sometimes took up to 3 years to be released, each album. It wasn't just like, oh, a new song on YML each week. No, that's not how it worked. And I'll tell you why it works like that. Because if you want to write good fucking songs, then you have to take time to write good fucking songs. You can't just throw shit against the wall and hope it sticks, right? Because guess what? You're going to have a wall covered in heaps of shit. And having a large number of shit on the wall isn't a good collection of your fucking material, of your catalog. Because your catalog represents who you are, right? And if you're just like banging shit out each and every week to get on YML, no offense to YML, because of course I love that stuff, right? I love everyone's music getting played, but if you're just desperately getting a song out every week to be on YML, I'm telling you, you have a collection of really average songs that are absolutely forgettable, because that is just the way it is. Good songs aren't written in a fucking week, produced, recorded and put out. It just does not happen that way. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of music I hear that the song ends and I go, I have no idea what I just listened to then. I can't remember one instant of that. Hopefully there was something in the video clip that captured my eye. I know it's going to hurt, but it is what it is. And I'm not just talking about us, right? I'm not just talking about us here. And I'm putting myself in this as well too, right? I'm talking about overall, musicians overall, right? You can see people who want to feel like they need to be continuously remembered and in the flow with their songs. Oh, I better have something out. You just end up with a whole bunch of fucking really mid-range average stuff that sure, in the moment, hey, this is really good. Challenge yourself. Challenge yourself. Listen to music, and when it's finished, try and remember a highlight of that song. It's going to be hard. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. My opinion. And you can tell me to go fuck myself. But this is my opinion. It's my rant, and I'll say what I want. Greg O'Sullivan, welcome to you. Chris Lane Sr., hello, hello, hello. Did I say Jenny and Ron? Both of you guys are here. Good to see you both. So when Metallica would release an album, it would take 2 to 3 years for an album to come out. Any major artist, that's the way it fucking rolled. And it wasn't just because like they had great studio, great money behind them to book a great studio and spend all that time in the studio. Before that, right, it was tapes, it was riffs, putting riffs back and forward, sending them and working out what riffs were good, what riffs were not, which ones do you keep, which ones do you throw away, right? And then you've got rehearsals, right? Because remember, rehearsals are where the songs come together, where you jam on things. Now, I used to play in a band called Despised, and all our songs were like Mr. Bungle, very confusing, jazz parts, metal parts, so many weird parts that shouldn't go together, but we made them come together. Why? Because we jammed on individual parts. Sometimes we jammed on just an 8-bar section of a fucking 5-minute song for a whole fucking week. Right? Because you want to make sure that connects to the piece, right? That has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then you're just shitting, right, into your own hand. And nobody wants to do that. It's pointless. Laura, you're up. What's going on? Jesus. Auntie G, hello. And once you get this, right, once you get in the rehearsal studio, you start putting together these songs. Laurie's Mishmosh, hello too. Once you start doing this, putting songs together, coming up with an idea, formulating this whole thing, which we're going to get further into, right? The whole songwriting process and Beato's right on a whole bunch of things, right? The lack of melody these days in songs. Fucking where's your melody, folks? Fuck me. People, man, just I think there's a huge generation of musicians that have no understanding of what a fucking vocal melody is. Just for God's sake. Shabba-dabba-dabba, like fucking, like, I see artists, in fact, I saw one today, who I listened to 3 songs in a row of them, and it was the same fucking melody. And I sit here so infuriating going, how can you not hear it? How can you not hear that you're singing the same fucking melody over 3 songs back to back? Where is the fucking goddamn, the love of a melody? Tater tot, it is, you know it, Laurie, tater tot, tater tot. And it sucks, right? Because I don't want to hear that. I'm not sledging the person at all, right? I'm not sledging him. I don't think they're shit or anything like that. I just want them to be better. That's the whole point of this fucking channel. That's why I'm here. You know what? Apps come and go every fucking week, and it doesn't matter, right? But we'll get to this. Melody, fucking songwriting. You know, and here's the thing. Just the love that needs to be put into a fucking song. The love, the thought process. Why? Right, even just this, right? I know I'm so pumped over this. Professor Boomer E. Urban. I know I'm very emotional about this today because it pisses me off. It pisses me off, and I want people to be better. Songwriting is so much deeper than the stuff I've previously mentioned. I've already spat all over the camera. It's great stuff, right? Laura says, or when I hear other artists rip from others and they don't give a nod. Yeah, true, right? But, people have always ripped from each other. That's the whole music industry, right? It's like every industry is like that. The thing is, even before you get to the songwriting process, right, we've kind of covered the whole point of bands used to take a lot of time to write an album and put it together because it's a thing. You put it out. This is a statement. This is something that is part of a catalogue, and it should be thought of more like that. Before you even get to melodies, before you even get to chords, why am I making this? Why? What is it? What does it mean? What does it stand for? What am I trying to say? Am I even trying to say anything? Is this not a statement? Is this just something that someone else maybe needs to hear, right? Why? And it gets lost so much with the endless amount of fucking wankers on YouTube who sit there going, compression. Fuck compression, man. I know artists who never use compression on any of their mixes and have fucking quality songs that are just sick. No fucking EQ, no nothing. I'll tell you why. Because they have this fucking vision. They have this focus on what they want, and they understand before they even start recording, before they even start any of the nonsense of this door's better than this compressor and this shit. They actually know what they want, and they understand the instrumentation that is going to go in there before they've even written the fucking chords. They know what app has that sound because they know that, and they're going to put that there. They actually have a fucking focus, right? So when you put all these tools together, and they all come together in the fucking vessel that is the door is nothing, man. The door is just this, it's a doorway to your creativity, to your heart, to your soul, to your experiences, your learned talent, right? Or the talent that you have. Because listen, I've seen some channels out there, right? And myself included, right? I'm not cutting myself out of this. I've released some absolute stinkers over the years. I know some people whose whole channels are built up on fucking, these are the best speakers, and these are the best monitors, and these are the best compression, and this... And their fucking songs are shit. Absolute fucking memorable-less shit that cause no emotion in me whatsoever. I hear it and just go, bland, 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 bland. May as well lick a piece of fucking cardboard and stare at the wall. Nothing. No emotion, no feelings, no shit. And you know what? It sounds, oh God, the sound quality is amazing. I can hear every single part of it. Every single part of how shit it is and how bored it is. Crap. Polish means fuck all, man. Nirvana, if you've been around long enough, you will know Nirvana proved that in the 90s. Nirvana proved it, man. Kurt Cobain, one of the truly most average vocalists out there. Voice cracking. Half the time he couldn't sing his own fucking songs. But what was it? What was the thing? What brought you back? What made you listen to it? Is because it had fucking purpose. It had fucking meaning. It was a time when fucking music had been so overproduced and electronic and bullshit, and there was all of a sudden this big heroin crash in the fucking 90s, and it was a movement, right? And so it didn't matter. And you know, like one of my favorite guitarists, John Frusciante, I watched this great documentary on him the other day. He's in Red Hot Chili Peppers. He joined after their first guitarist died of an overdose. He came into the Chili Peppers. It was way too much for him, and he couldn't handle it, and he became a junkie, and he left Red Hot Chili Peppers. But man, the stuff he released while he was fucked up on drugs and fucking his whole life was falling apart was some of the most compelling shit I've ever heard in my life. And it is the worst produced, most ugly music I've ever heard. Most people I play it for just go, yeah, but it sounds terrible. And I was like, yeah, but you're missing the point. You're one of those cunts. You're one of those cunts who's like, but it's got to sound really good for it to fucking mean anything. No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. And this art of songwriting and care, that leads into producing, right? In my opinion, that... Oh, okay, so let's get down to the basics. Hello, Hugh Caldwell. Mwah! Kisses to Hugh Caldwell. And JDL. Hello, JDL. Good to see you too, JDL. All right, so the point. So the reason I'm saying, what is the song? Why are you making music? And I'm not talking about the dumb throwaway shit that we hear all the time. But if you got to make it for yourself, and you've got to like it first and before other. Fuck all that shit, man. That's just platitudes. So many platitudes we throw out. I've got them all too. We all grow together. Fuck that shit. Let's get fucking real. Why the fuck are you making music? Why? Why right now, right today, you going to sit down and actually write something? Is there a point? Is there a meaning to it? Like, why? Are you pissed off? Do you have a plan? What kind of instruments are you going to use? These are all important things that you should even be thinking about. Like, is this going to be a part of a collection of songs? Is there other stuff in the background? Is it just going to be an individual song? This stuff is really important to think about. I'm not talking about sitting there and spending a whole month just thinking about this, but like just even writing something down, putting something down in a notepad and going, okay, this is because of this. Just some kind of goal, because far too often, when there's no plan, right, and a whole bunch of songs come together to make some songs, because they're not planned even from that minute early on, that first like spark of idea, even by then, because it's not even thought about, when you get into the phase of opening a door and start recording, you're recording over different days and you end up with a fucking EP or something with songs that all sound like they were recorded over fucking 4 years. I hear this so much. And I'm such a stickler for this shit. If you're going to do some kind of project that has multiple songs in it, you already have an idea, you've thought about this. I'm working on this thing called Nothing Resolves at the moment, right? And this is what gets me thinking about it. I've already planned 4 songs. The 4 songs are pretty much they're happening. And let's talk about it. Let's show it. Because I fucking feel like before anything else, before talking about compression and which door's the right door to fucking use and fucking, I'm not using GarageBand anymore. I'm using Logic and it's going to be better. No, it's not. It's still a fucking door. They're all the same fucking shit. Ultimately, your performance on each track with no effects is the most important thing. The level and your performance. Nothing else fucking matters. That is the bottom line, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. You can take it to the biggest YouTubers at the top of the fucking hill who fucking every week or at least once a year will go, well, my ideas of compression have changed. But you've told me to do this thing for ages and I did it, but now everything's changed. It's the same. This is the shit I'm learning about here, right? Just doing this on YouTube. I'm learning. I show people how to use apps all the time, right? That's the thing. So who am I to talk? But I've been saying it since day one. Apps aren't Pokemon. You don't fucking need to collect them all. There's so many people in this dick backwards community who fucking just have to buy every app, and they fucking so invested in every fucking app that comes out that if one of them isn't for them, then they get pissed off and they're angry at the developer going, but it's not something I want. Oh man, on Facebook, some of these groups, none of these cunts make any fucking music. None of them. They're just crying about fucking apps. I swear to God, it's so pathetic to watch these people. Fucking dumb, absolute fucking crying about this app doesn't do this. Listen, motherfucker, why don't you make some fucking music? I know I'm very animated today. I'm very excited because songwriting is so near and dear to my heart. But let me get to the point I was trying to make. So we'll backpedal. This project right here. This is the project I'm working on at the moment called Nothing Resolves, right? And before anything else, you're seeing me write it in front of you. Jerry Gomes, g'day. I'm writing this in front of you each and every day. But there's stuff I'm not showing you that, like what went into this. What's the idea? You may think when you're watching me doing it, I'm just coming up with shit off the top of my head. Well, of course I'm not, because this is very important, this thing to me. But what you will notice, across all the 4 tracks is they all have the exact same drum kit, the exact same guitar here, the exact same guitar, the exact same guitar, a space here to separate the guitars from the bass, and there's the bass track. Let's see, there's track 1. Now, that is called a template. I know, right? Who would fucking use a template? What a stupid thing to do. This is how songs sound consistent across fucking albums. It's shocking stuff to realize that you can do this. Listen, I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm just fired up about this stuff because I see it so often. And again, here we are. Template, drums, the same guitars. There's that bass separated down here with the exact same effects. If I load them up, you can see the exact same effects on each of these tracks. So when I play each chord in for each of the 4 songs, guess what? It's going to sound like a consistent fucking album with 4 songs that make sense, that have some kind of overall structure. Now, where this doesn't work is, of course, if you are just releasing a single, and that's okay. But you should still, as an artist, you should take the time. Listen, I would rather, I know it's got spit all over my screen, so you're used to this. Is a part of the show we do now for the rant where I wipe down the fucking screen. Yeah. There's a lot of spit. It's everywhere. Look at that. I'm so angry. But you should, even though if you're just releasing singles, you should at least have a template. You know why? Because it's your music. You know what your music is. You know what your style of music is. You know the consistent instruments that you use in nearly every goddamn project. Why? Because you've been doing it already. You've been doing it, right? So you have all... Oh, I better wipe the actual bottom screen as well, too, because that's got a bit of mucky, yucky on it. There we go. It is Windex, actually. But you know, right? And you know how easy it is to make a fucking template? Oh, God. It takes fucking 5 minutes. 5 minutes, right, to make a goddamn template. It's so bloody easy. And you know, the thing is, you may think I'm just carrying on about absolutely zero. This isn't important stuff. Okay, maybe not to you, but to me who's listening, I'm telling you, man, if I hear something that sounds fucking shit, like there's fucking... listen, when I do Unearthed each week, I can't tell you how many songs I get to 15 seconds in and go, nah, done, nah, done, nah, done, nah, done. A, because I find the song utterly boring and it's been done before. And you know what? This is, or I can feel the way it's the what's been. You guys should understand what I'm talking about here. You feel music. We don't just listen to it; we feel it, and you can understand when people put heart and effort and just love into their fucking music. And again, let's take a second. Where are we? Half an hour in. Oh man. Oh. Oh. All right, let's get to songwriting. Songwriting. Now, I'm not an amazing songwriter. I'll tell you what I have had a history in. I've had a history in a lot of different styles of music. I've played in bands that are all over the place, like Frank Zappa, very professional musicians, session musicians, very high caliber musicians, writing mathematical music that is way beyond most musicians' skill level. I've been involved in that. I've been involved in bands where we wrote no music and we just made utter fucking noise and had up to 50 band members at one point. Right, played in typical rock bands, played in duos, played in cover bands, played in a Faith No More Australian cover band and toured around Australia. I've done some things, right? And it's really hard to write good songs. It is really hard to write good songs. Good songs, the best songs that I have, and I'm not saying from that I think they're the best songs, from me gauging. I'm just talking about my solo stuff for now. From me gauging people telling me the songs that they like of mine, there's 4 of them. 4 of them. And you know how blessed I am to even say I believe there's 4 of them. Do What Makes You Happy, Me and My Brain, Truth, and there's another one called Exquisite Pain, which I don't think so much. And the reason those songs are good are because people keep telling me they are. People keep telling me things that every time they hear those songs, they get something from them. It means something to them. They feel something. There's a connection to it. And I'm telling you, the reason there's a connection to those songs is those songs weren't written in a week to get my song on fucking YML. Those songs were developed over multiple fucking years, multiple readjustments, changes, to even slight words that you wouldn't even think, why would you even change those 3 words in it? But they matter. Those things fucking matter. Brad Example is one of these artists that I know who actually was in my house here from Canada for 3 weeks, and we did a song together, right? And the thing is that when I watched Brad write music, I understand now why his lyrics are so compelling, right? He listens to really great lyricists. That's the first thing about Brad Example. He listens to great lyricists. John Prine, right? One of Brad's big, what's the word? Loves, right? But I watched Brad over the 3 weeks that we wrote a song together, swat over these lyrics and would change them every single day. I'm just thinking, what is he changing? What are these? But by the end of it, jogged my memory of the way I change my lyrics, why I take the time to write something like Me and My Brain, which literally took fucking 3 years to write. Joanna Lynn, hello to you too. Gary Hubs, what's going on? Good songs take time, right? They take time, right? They're not just fucking la, 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 la. I went out for the day, now I have my say, hip, hip, hooray. Fuck off. If you're happy writing nonsense like that, then have at it, dude. Nobody gives a shit about your music, right? There needs to be some kind of fucking connection. And listen, if you're having success with lyrics like that, I don't know what to tell you. It's probably bots. But the importance of, like, and here's the thing, right? See, lyrics, they're just a component. If there's no melody behind those lyrics, if there's no melody And like chord structures come and go. Like every chord progression has been done. This is why when you open an app these days, there's like, here's a chord progression. There's all these styles of chord progressions. They're all done. Everything's been done, right? That is the circle of fifths, the whole thing. It's all written in stone. You can't really do much about it. But there's a reason why so many pop stars, so many big stars don't write their own songs, don't write their own melodies. And look, with AI and all the nonsensory, stupid bullshit that's going on in the world at the moment, I don't know, is this still a thing? But huge artists, Whitney Houston, all the big artists who had multiple hits, every one of them have had songwriters at some point. Songwriters who write melodies. That is their skill. Well, that's unfortunate. You shouldn't. But melodies are important. That's why there are people who understand melodies. They understand how to write something that pulls you in, because lyrics are only a small part of it, right? There are examples of really dog shit lyrics out there that have great melodies, right? Great melodies that pull you in and sing the same word over and over again. So melodies are super important. And you know what? Melodies don't just come from nothing. Melodies, we're just not all magical melody machines that can create the perfect fucking melody. They take time. They take time to nurture, right? You bring a child into the fucking world, right? And just take that child and go, you know what, Jeff, the newborn baby, I think I'm just going to put you in a cardboard box over there and throw some food in the box every 3 times a day. That kid's going to come out, God knows how, not in a good way, right? What you put in is what you get out, is what I'm saying, right? You treat that child with respect and feed it on time and give it a chance to blossom, give it opportunities, and tell it off when it does the wrong thing, but do it in the right way. Then the child's going to come out a really fucking great child, right? It's going to grow up to be a fucking decent human being, right? It's the same shit with fucking music, man. It is the absolute same shit with music. You fucking treat it with disrespect and just fucking bang it out there and just throw it out and because I've got to get it done fucking within the next 7 days, you will end up with a catalogue of music that sounds like you have 7 days. That's just the way it is. I don't give a fuck. That's how I feel about it. I hear it so much and just go, man, so fucking forgettable. So forgettable. That's what you are. And listen, I don't have the answers, but what I do have is the understanding of taking time. And you know what? Pete's here right now. G'day, Pete. Pete's been saying create, record, release for the longest time. And yes, do that. But you know what? Don't if it's shit. I don't care. I'll say what the fuck I want. If it's shit, don't fucking release it. You don't need to. If you're not happy with it and you finished it and it's not, don't fucking release it. You're either gonna fucking hate it, right? What's the point of fucking releasing it if you've rushed it to try and get it done? In fact, just take more time. Take more time with it, please. Take a little bit more time. You know what? Time is short, people say, but it's only as short as you fucking allow it to be. I've been on the brink of death in this life and thought, why the fuck do I want to live? Riddled with bullshit diseases that I thought would never fucking go away, trying to fucking take my own life by taking shitloads of drugs and thinking nothing is worth living for. And here we are years later and I have everything to live for. You don't know what's around the corner. Time isn't short. You've got plenty of it. If your song is shit and garbage, don't put it out. You don't need to. Absolutely. Spend a bit more time on it. Take more time. Develop it. Develop the song, right? It can be developed. If it's really terrible, bin it. Fuck it off. Who cares? It's not going to hurt anybody. And you know what? I have a bunch of releases I haven't finished. And I've had people go, but you never finish anything. So? Because I don't think it's good enough. And that's okay too. It's okay, right? It's okay to fucking have a bunch of shit that you don't think is good enough, right? And just because someone else goes, but I think it's good enough. If you don't fucking like it, don't put it out. But if there's a chance to develop it, or even, here's the thing, right? Take a break from it. Walk away. So I am very excited to know, just myself personally, I have at least 5 different projects kind of going at the moment. And at any time I can pick them up and go, we can develop this. Why? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're still going to be relevant if they come out now or if they come out 10 years from fucking now. It really doesn't matter. But just in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. Don't release shit. Don't do the mistakes I've made. There's stuff I've got released on streaming services that I fucking cringe every time I look at it and go, why the fuck did I release this? This is shit. This represents me. And I would rather put out stuff that actually has meaning. Last year, I was able to collab on 2 songs with Denise Lance called The Maze and with Liz Day. I'm telling you, right? 2 of the best decisions I ever made. 2 of the best decisions I ever made. Those 2 songs are fucking so important to me, right? There's something about both of those 2 songs that is, the one I did with Liz Day, I did not expect it to be what it turned out to be. It was a fucking weird jazz song that was written for somebody else, half-hearted. It was something that I didn't really care about. Handed it to somebody else, let go of it, actually let go and went, let's see what happens. And it came back as something completely different that I did not expect and something that I enjoyed listening to from a different perspective of going, oh my God, I started that and somebody else finished it and finished it in a way that is like not like your typical collaboration, right? Where you send something and then they just add their stuff. Liz took my song, stripped it down to fucking, there's barely anything left of it except some of the vocals, and she remade it into a completely different genre, style, tempo. Fucking, it's not even the same song. It's incredible. And then there's the other song I did with Denise, which came off a guitar riff that I had tossing around for ages, and I handed it to somebody who's fucking goddamn disabled and just trusted it with her, and she wrote possibly one of the most catchiest fucking vocal lines I've ever heard on one of my songs. And again, it is letting go too as well. You got to know when to let go, when to hold on. Like, these things are really important. And the point I really want to get to is just thinking about stuff, thinking about music. Pete does it on his shows over Songtember when he's doing his songs, right? He's live on camera and he's got everybody in the chat going, I think you should do this. If you're one of those people, go fuck yourself. We don't care. Go do it yourself. Go write your own fucking songs. But Pete, he's a nice guy and he humors people. And I do appreciate that over the last few years, he's kind of like getting less, listening to some of the, man, I've read, and Thomas would agree with this too. We have read over the years on Songtember some interesting ideas from the peanut gallery on Pete's shows. How about, and you just think, what the fuck planet are you on, man? Shouldn't you be writing your own songs instead of sitting here telling everybody else how to do their songs? But hey, whatever. But Pete plans stuff out. Tremor Bear, hello. And he does. He even though it's on camera in front of you, he is planning stuff out. He puts everything down into a notepad. He puts it in sections. There's an idea behind it. There's all this stuff that is super important. It's like writing a book. You just don't go, hey, one day I'm going to write a book. And you just start writing, and then you get to the end after 3 months of continuous writing and go, there's the book. It doesn't happen like that. It's planned out. You have to like think about the structure of the book, which parts lead into which parts, how the chapters are going to be organized, a table of contents, a general fucking idea. Like, all this has to be thought about. And the reason I'm saying all this, the reason I'm so animated, again, I need to remind you all, is I want to see people write better songs and get less tied up into this. Which door is the best for you? What kind of compression's good? What's the best way to master? How many luffs is the best way? Fuck the luffs. Fuck compression. Fuck EQ. Fuck all that nonsense, man. Again, like I said, there's some of the best, most well-respected people who know so much about compression write some of the most dead-ass, boring, nonsensical rubbish songs that I've ever fucking heard. It is so unbelievable how much, right, how many people who are there preaching to you about fucking these monitors are the best, write bullshit loser songs. Oh my God, fucking memorable-less, just absolute fucking... Songwriters, man. And look, Chris Lane's a part of a group. Chris Lane is so into wanting to become a better songwriter, they started a group called Songwriters Anonymous, where they actually were passing back and forward ideas and getting each other to critique them, right? That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about here. But in your own head, so you can bounce off other people as well too, but just that thought process of what is this? Why does it exist? Why does it need to exist? Why do I need it in my catalog? Will it? What's it? Is this important enough to write about? If it is important enough to write about, then it should be important enough to take time with it. You know what? An extra week. It may seem like a long time, but listen, just like. I know this is going to be shocking. Don't join the group Professor Boomer. Don't join this group, Songwriters Anonymous. They are a bunch of absolute right? Don't join their group, right? Because if you don't participate, they kick you out. They're really mean. No. They've kicked out more people than they've admitted into that group. And it's funny. Right? I say this as a joke. I've lost my fucking point of where I was going there with the length of time. Man, a week may seem like a long time, right? To release, but I'm going to have to wait an extra week to release that? Are you kidding me? Fucking, as I said in the beginning of this show, back before all this streaming nonsense and all this goddamn garbage where we're all fucking like focused on numbers and fucking how many million listeners per month on Spotify. Nobody gave a fuck about that. Songwriting was fucking just where it was at. There are songwriting groups out there on Facebook too that do full-on like prompts and stuff. I recommend getting involved in that kind of stuff, right? I recommend that kind of thing to help your songwriting, right? Even though there's a time limit on it, because I don't agree with time limits. I don't think time limits are healthy unless it's something you specifically opt into, like Songtember, right? Or like a songwriters group where they have a prompt each month and you've got a month to get it done. But you understand you're opting into that. But for your natural creativity, for the ebb and flow of your mental health, living your day-to-day life, paying the bills, all the things that comes with fucking life and all that kind of shit, I don't think you should have a goddamn fucking rule, a deadline to put this stuff out. I think that cripples your ability to write really and actually develop stuff. There's a reason why when you go into a hairdresser's and they color your hair, they have to develop the hair color before they put it in. They don't just pull it out of a packet and just squirt it on your hair. They have to let it sit. They have to mix it and have to let it develop. So all of the solution and all that goes all mixed together and it's the right consistency and it's the right amount. So when it goes onto your hair, then it activates and it has to sit there for a period of time for all of that to... I don't even know why I'm using this analogy, but it makes sense in my brain. But development, right? To develop good stuff, to take time and actually fucking think about every goddamn intricate thing. Or you don't have to do this. Right? You don't have to. You can go ahead and release a song every fucking week. If it makes you happy, I'm not here to tell you not to do that. But just think about it. Go back and listen to if you have done something like, a song every week for the last fucking 3 months, go back and listen to them. What's the most memorable part of each song? You won't find many, I'm telling you. You just won't. That's the way it is. Oh, man. And look, I'm all about building people up, and this is not like a cut people down kind of thing, right? I want to see better music. I fucking want to see better music. And again, switching doors or doing any of this kind of thing, or like using a different compressor, again, go and listen to Russ 8889's music, right? Russ is, let's just be honest, Russ is a total and utter but Russ has this wealth of knowledge when creating music that I am blown away by. And it's really hard to blow me away. I don't get impressed easily. I'm a picky bitch. And every time Russ puts together a song, I see the thought process that goes into it of this particular synth has already been chosen. This is going to be the main thing of this, and this bass is going to come in here. And this, go and listen to one of the Delicate Giants, the last Delicate Giants album, and listen to it. When you look at Russ's projects, the amount of stuff like EQ and compression, it's just not in there. He just doesn't need it, right? And it proves to me all the time that this wank, this goddamn nonsense about, you got to have fucking compression on everything. Not if you don't understand it, why you're putting compression on there. That's the biggest thing. You can watch all these shows, you can watch all these YouTube channels, and you'll finally understand what compression is, right? Just say it's been months, and I don't understand compression. And finally, one video gets through to you, and you go, all right, I get it. Now the question is, do you need it? Do you need it? Can you honestly answer that? Because seriously, if you watch when I do live streams of me recording music in, most of the time I don't talk you guys through it and tell you what's going on. Because I don't care. I don't care, right? You should be able to see what's going on. The most important thing is, are all these tracks able to be fucking heard without any EQ? Does the song sound good with a very basic mix? Does this sound good? Can you hear it all? Is it all clear without any mixing whatsoever? And just like a basic fucking guitar tone. Even the bass in all these tracks I've been recording have no effects on them. Nothing. It's just a clean. Is the signal coming through? Is the signal good? That's the most important thing. Fuck compression, fuck EQ, fuck buses, fuck all that nonsense. It's just noise that's getting in the way of your music. The most important thing is understanding the input levels on the device that you're going into and making sure everything sounds decent at a very simple, unmixed. Because if that's right, and we're just talking about the recording stage at the moment. We've gone past the songwriting. You already should have put in time to formulate a good fucking melody, a good chorus. Does this chorus... How many of you, right, can honestly say, and I'm not like, I don't want to single people out. That's not what this is about. So, but how many people, I wonder, out there, because I don't want to ask people directly, write a song and then sit there and go afterwards, fuck, I can't stop singing my own chorus. It's hard to do. And like I said, I only think I've done it about 4 times in my life. And that's a long life. I've been making music for over 40 fucking years. Over 40 years. I'm not talking about the words. I'm talking about the melody. I'm talking about the thing, the hook. The words can be, right? People can get away with writing dog shit, fucking rhymey, fucking stupid words that have no meaning. But words are super, super important at some point, right? If you want to connect with people. But a melody will bring people back. The melody is the thing that will bring people back to the fucking song. They want to sing that thing. They want to get to that bit and go, yeah, and they want to sing it. They want to fucking sing it. And if the words resonate on top of that, oh my God, magic in a bottle. And this is, again, why AI sucks. Because it can't write words that matter. It can't write words that fucking have compassion. It can't write words that have meaning. It tries to write poetry, really shit poetry with words that don't make fucking sense. And it's always going to do that because it doesn't understand us. And you know what? We don't understand us. I'm sweating, man. It is so hot in here. And I'll tell you what, another thing with the songs I write If I write a song and I'm not crying, I'm not feeling anything, or I'm not, look, look, hopefully you understand this. I'm not angry and I'm not like pissed off at people. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm genuinely excited about fucking songwriting. And you know why? Because I don't get to do it enough anymore. And I miss it so much. And I'm trying to build up like this collection of stuff that I can finally finish and it's going to matter. And I don't care about if people aren't hearing my music, right? But if you go back and watch a lot of the live streams I do where I'm making music in front of you all, I'm not asking for your input. And if you offer input, I don't care. I normally have a really good idea of what I want, of what I'm trying to achieve. So I'm pretty, and if you've seen me make music live, I don't talk too much. I just do it. Bang, 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 bang. I just do it and get it done, right? Finishing stuff, not so good, right? But actually getting stuff done is a real ease for me. But go back and watch some of the videos. When I like record a part, it's not like, well, that's recorded. I will literally go, oh my God, and lose it over that thing I just pulled off, right? If music's not doing that for you, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's the thing about music, right? That's why I sit here every day and get up every single fucking morning. I am excited about music. I want to be excited hearing other people's music. That's why I do Unearthed. I'm not trying to compete with anybody and have a show where I fucking want to have a show like Thomas or Pete. I genuinely want to go out like and be excited about music and go and find it and go and be surprised and be fucking excited and fucking feel things. Like this year alone and last year, it's the end of last year, I've found so many artists that have made me fucking emotional and cry and feel things again and get me inspired to learn new styles of music, to go and watch other videos on how to do shoegaze music. I've fallen in this rabbit hole of black gaze, shoegaze, all these styles of music, trying to understand this stuff just from hearing new music. And I'll tell you what, new music stands out. What is the thing for me that I'm finding that really blows my socks off is original fucking music where people are taking chances. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of shit music out there too that all sounds exactly the same, especially this pseudo nu metal shit with a fucking female singer that has a big chorus and it's like, fuck me. Another one of these, and it's really hard to stand out, but I'll tell you, the artists that do stand out, they don't stand out because they just tried to get a song out every week. They developed what they were, who they were, what they mean. What is the concept? I recently had on the show Culver Luis, who are just taking the world by storm at the moment. And they just, if you watch the interview, not a lot of people did, right? But if you watch the interview, there's so much in there of how they developed who they are and what they're creating, what vision they have. The whole concept of the video clips and the thought behind each song, and this stuff's really important. And when I got to questioning them about how they record, that was so low on the list of priorities, which DAW they used, which compression they used. Because ultimately, folks, again, I've said this so many times, nobody, and if there is somebody who does this, they are a wanker, is listening to music and going, yeah, it is a really good song, but can you believe the compression they used? I would have used this one. Nobody's doing that. But what people are judging you on is your song, is the songwriting. Is this catchy? Does this mean anything to me? What does it mean to me? These are the things, right, that people don't sit there and just, they run through this line of thought, and when they hear a song, their brain runs through number one, why do I like this? Number two, what does it mean to me? Number three, I wonder how, like, this all happens in a microsecond of the melody and the chorus and the song structure and the whole everything behind what the video clip is and the whole overall aesthetic of the artist, because we all have the brains, right, to see something that is like fuck, this is pretty cool. This is different. This is unique. And not everybody has the same taste, of course, with genre and all that kind of stuff. But even though we may not all like the same styles of music and such, you can normally see when something is fucking just really good, even if you don't like it. And I was guilty of this for so many years, man, of going, Britney Spears, fucking hate it. No, I don't. Do I want to listen to it? Not most of the time. But you can't deny that girl had talent, man. You can't deny talent. And if you are, then you're only kidding yourself, right? Yeah, did they use LA2A? No, I can't listen to it unless nobody does this fucking shit. It wasn't recorded on Pro Tools. I'm not listening to it. No, it's got to hit you in the feels. And the feels comes from development. Lastly, another artist who I think in this community is really good at this, and I hate saying it because we have such a Aussie love-hate relationship. He's a prick, but I love him to death, is Cold Acre, right? This guy is so shy, he won't even get up and fucking perform live at events. He releases, 2 songs a fucking year? And when he does, they're fucking bangers. Do you know why? Because he takes so much time to think about every goddamn thing about that song. Every single phrase of lyrics. The way the lyrics are fucking... The melody. The words themselves. They've got to make sense. The production. Right? All this kind of stuff. And that's why he only releases 2 fucking songs a year. Right? Because it takes that amount of time to hear something that fucking good. Again, if you're making music, keep going. You can only get better, right? You can't get worse. Trust me, that's the given. You can't get worse unless your head gets chopped off. It's just a neck. You're probably going to be worse. Why? If you're just a neckhead, you're probably going to be worse, right? Hey, Gordon Weaver. You're not going to get worse, right? But you can only get better. And I'm not telling you how to do things, right? And I'm not angry at you. I'm just super excited about this kind of stuff. I want to see people get better. I want to see people write good stuff. I want to see people grow and get better. That's all I'm here for on this channel. And you know what? Apps aren't going to fucking change anything. They may help with the sound and stuff, but it's all from you. It's all this, your experiences, your feelings, the stuff. And sure, doors may make things a little bit easier to get this stuff down, but just simple stuff. Take some time, develop. Go watch some stuff on theory. Go watch some things on chord progressions. Go watch some things on melody. Go learn a new genre of music. Like go and watch about shoegaze and the whole fucking industry. This kind of stuff. Don't waste your time watching shows on apps and compression. You can watch my show if you want, but I'm not here to teach you. I'm just here to show you a thing, and you decide on if you want to buy it. That's all I'm doing here on this. Here's the thing: do you think it can help with your good idea that you have already, or in the future? You don't need it, because a DAW has all the stuff in there that you need, right? All right, there's my alarm. It's gone off. Pete Johns is up next. I love you all, right? And that's why I'm ranting. That's why I'm yelling and carrying on. I want to see you write good music, better, 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 better. And have some people have some success and feel good. Yeah. All right, tomorrow we got some good stuff coming over, some kind of apps. Pete Johns up next. Thanks for hanging out with us. And I hope you're happy that the rant is back. Muchas gracias. Do the things that make you happy. It's hot. I need a shower after this. All right. Let's out.